Greetings, welcome to Muse and Magic 1111. Thanks for stopping by my channel for yet another deep dive into this reading today. Today we're going to work with you, Scorpio. We're going to take a deep dive into what's happening in your life right now from a financial perspective, also relationships. Typically, I'm always, first of all, I'm Aisha coming to you from Bay Area, California. Hey! Typically, I will start off every reading with a song, so I am going to do that today. And again, I'm just going to kind of dive in. This is a very casual reading right now. I'm very relaxed, coming to you from my loving space, okay, my sacred space. And so we have St. Harrison here with TMF. Just encourage you to listen to the lyrics, see what resonates, because typically I wait for these songs for Spirit to kind of bring me whatever song I need to, or you need to hear, but that I need to use for the reading. I just kind of stumbled across this song. So again, it's St. Harrison with TMF, and so just listen. I'm going to shuffle a few more cards. I'm going to definitely get a little chakra balancing in for you as you listen, so you can close your eyes. Feel welcome to do that and just receive all this good energy, or nonetheless just listen to the lyrics. All right. So let's go ahead and dive into this reading. Put my glasses on so we can see what's happening, Scorpio. Wow, something interesting just happened. Wow. Oh, interesting. But we'll get to that in a minute. Okay, so I've already shuffled and did the spread, and I still need to pull a few more cards, but I did that to save a little bit of time because my current readings have been almost going up to an hour, and I just want to save you guys time because I know you just want to get in it and get these messages. So, general energies for Scorpio right now at this time. Okay, so first of all, we have Ten of Swords here. So this is the ending of something, ending of a situation, possibly a relationship. Can you see that? Okay. We also have Nine of Wands here, and this is can sometimes be like I almost want to say like a somewhat of a what I feel is like this tug of war, this indecisiveness, but really this is just kind of confirming that somebody has decided to step away from a situation. Okay. We have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, and this has definitely kind of disrupted the peace. You know, I don't know why I feel like this connection was actually kind of I don't feel like there was anything wrong with this connection particularly. So it's just kind of strange. But either way, something happened that disrupted the flow, disrupted the peace, disrupted the harmony of this particular connection. Now, as far as money situations, there's definitely opportunities coming your way, Scorpio. So I feel like intuitively, some of you may have been really going through it financially. Maybe there was financial hardship, maybe there was some loss in some way. Um, and it's been very burdensome. I'm just looking at literally just even with the swords and the wands. I mean, I just feel like there's been a lot of pressure, you know, um, a lot of pressure weighing on you because of a financial situation or your current financial situation or something. Um, but rest assured, you know, opportunities are coming. Your money is turning. Okay. I think this has been maybe after what feels like it has been some loss or feels like, again, this is coming up again because I think this came up in another reading I did. I want to say it was for Aries, I believe. But either way, it's just like having too much month at the end of the money. You know what I'm saying? But it's definitely turning around. Opportunities are underway. Financials are coming back. I feel like topsy-turvy comes up. Maybe you've been feeling at an imbalance, kind of just topsy-turvy. It's just can't quite be at peace or at rest because things are not like when your finances aren't right or aren't together, aren't, you know, whatever, it's really hard for you to stay very grounded, right? Because you're constantly thinking about how can I take care of this over here when I don't have it? How can I take care of this over there? Do I need to choose between the two? I got to prioritize now. Like, I don't know. I just feel like a lot of this has been about you also being in your, you know, your mind space as well, your head space. So here we are with, yeah, this is new beginnings, new ideas, creativity. Like, okay, so I feel like maybe for a time there's been some blockages, and I feel like a lot of my Scorpios out there are very creative, right? So if there's been some blockages around that, or you know, I want to say writer's block, or you know, just blockages around how to create um, more revenue or whatever, those blockages are being removed. I feel like this is a time of creativity for you. Again, we're going into winter, so this is a time of hibernation, right? Follow nature. You know, certain animals go into hibernation at this time until spring, or will be very soon, right? Until spring. So they're um, preparing for what is to come, you know, and all that looks like right now for you, Scorpio. I feel like I need to tell you to just rest. I feel like you've been going like the Energizer Bunny, and you just need rest. Your mind has been going, your thoughts have been going, your finances have been going, they've been spending. There's always something to do, right? Everything's been happening all at once, but Spirit is really calling for you to rest. You have to get your sleep. You have to lay down. You have to be still. Rest. I don't know who I'm talking to, but you know. Okay. Next here we have, let's see, we have the Death card. Again, death of a situation. This is about endings, but remember, in endings, there's always also new beginnings, right? Um, just to clarify this. So, this could be involving an older woman. I do feel like whoever is watching and whoever this message is for, you're more mature. I don't feel like you're a teeny bopper. I don't feel like, you know, no offense. I don't feel like you're like, you know, I'm not saying it's not for you if you're in your 20s, but I just feel like you're a bit more mature than that, Scorpio. And so this is definitely for you. This is about, I feel like you are definitely very motherly, very nurturing, very much a divine feminine. And this is about getting back, I think. You know, like, I feel like you haven't been able to really rest in your femininity. And that's what this death card is kind of about. Just kind of putting an end to situations, people, places, things that no longer serve you, putting an end to the way you've been for the past few years. Because I do feel like this is an energy you've been in for the past few years, just kind of going, just trying to get it. You know what I mean? Trying to figure out the combination, the proper combination for your abundance and your wealth, the proper combination to make sure that your kids or your legacy is taken care of, your family, whatever it is for you that you prioritize. You've been really trying to hustle. You've been living in the hustle and bustle of this matrix, right, for the past probably few years, I feel. Um, and so this is you returning, or at least desiring to return back to your feminine, to become your more nurturing, loving, um, need I say, Oshun self, right? Back into your lover, because you've had to be the worker. You haven't been able to be the queen bee because you've been the worker bee for yourself and your family and all those who depend on you. Okay. So yeah, and then this is very frustrating. I feel like you've been very overwhelmed. Um, I feel like that frustrates you when you cannot reside in your feminine. But at the end of the day, with Seven of Wands, this is about things coming full circle. This is about you coming back around. This is about you being able to rest in your feminine. Like, it's coming. Opportunities are coming up, right? With this Ace of Wands, new creativity that is going to provide for you. It's going to provide profit, provide multiple streams of income. Like, all these things are coming around for you now for such a time as this. You know, the struggle does not go unnoticed. You know what I mean? Like, all this heavy energy has not gone unnoticed. It's almost like it was your initiation. You had to go through something. You had to struggle. I just recently watched a movie on Netflix. You know, I always feel like universe is speaking to me through songs and movies in various ways, numbers every way. But there was a movie that was on, and it was about, gosh, it was like Widow Clicquot, I believe it's called, but it's about the champagne heiress, okay, um, based upon, and I'm assuming it's, you know, based upon true story, but basically how that champagne came to be. And there was this one part in the movie, They had lost their crops. I mean, it was just everything was going wrong. Her husband passed away. She's trying to figure out how to handle it all on her own. And I feel, swear to goodness gracious, Scorpio, that's been your shit. You've been, it's like your husband died. Not literally, you know what I mean? But just, people around you are falling off or beaming off the planet, things are happening. People close to you, or either that were very close to you, have gone on and transitioned. I mean, it's like you're feeling like, man, I have this whole vineyard, all this crop, all this creativity, all these wonderful things, but it still hasn't quite hit its mark. It still hasn't yielded me harvest. It still hasn't brought me money, and I still got to pay my employees. I still got to, take care of my family. I still got to look out for my kids. Um, and so what happened was there was this one part in the movie where she talks about the grapes. And she says, we have to pull them up. We have to turn the roots or something like that. It's called. Don't quote me, but it's about, something to the tune of that. And she was just saying, no, they need to struggle. They need to struggle, because if they learn how to get through the struggle, it will produce a better grape. That's church right there, Scorpio. That's your shit. You are the phoenix rising. You have to learn how to struggle. You got to go through the fire. You got to die to be reborn again. And it's like you're over and over again, because that's your shit, transformation, right? Your Pluto shit. So that's what it is for you. That I feel like you've been in the struggle, you've been in the trenches, and now you've learned how to struggle. It's made you better. It's made you a better grape. You know what I mean? So now who you are, trust me, you're at the end of it. Okay. With judgment here, you know, this is about redemption. That's what I feel like. This is about the rising. This is about karma, right? And when people think of karma, they think of it as being something like when you do something bad comes back to you. No, when you plant good seed, guess what? Something great comes back. Something great grows from that. So karma is just the law of the universe. For every action, there's a reaction, right? So I feel like this is the judgment card here for you is just about you having planted good seed, um, and great things are to come. Judgment day is here for you, like you're going to get your just due, okay? And then we have decisions. I mean, you've had to make a decision. I feel like you had to make a decision about whatever this relational situation is, this relationship. You've had to just make a decision, and I feel like your decision, well, let's see. Let's look at it. Yeah, you've made a decision to be happy. So I think that's kind of twofold for you, Scorpio. I feel like I'm messing with my light. That's why I'm looking down. You've had to literally decide to flip a switch. Like your transformation is coming up out of the dark. Because sometimes we can tend to really just not go dark with our thoughts, that too, but just when things are happening, we could just kind of really, because remember, we still have that Martian energy, okay? So we can still kind of be very disrupted and off balance, and also a little angry when things are not going. It's not that things are not going our way, but things are not going smoothly in the direction we hope for, because we put so much time, so much effort. We're so passionate. We put so much investment in it. Okay. So I think that that's what this is about. But you have made a decision on both parts for your finances to just live and act in gratitude and to act as if. And that's what this change is about, the mental. And so you're going to see that you're manifesting it in the physical. And for this relational situation, this ending or whatever it is, you've made a decision to just kind of move on, to keep it moving. With Scorpio, it's so interesting because it reminds me of this song. Here I go again with the songs. I believe it's Cardi B and is it Glorilla and Cardi B? or is it just Glorilla? But anyway, she's talking about, please don't quote me because I'm gonna jack up the lyrics. But pretty much she's saying what she's saying. It's called Tomorrow. That's the name of the song. And I'm paraphrasing this, but she's just saying, man, I can't, in essence, I can't post you on my Instagram. I might not fuck with you tomorrow. Or, whatever. I'm just saying. And she's also saying, I can't focus on my credit score. I might fuck around and be rich tomorrow. Like she is taking all these bits and pieces. Like tomorrow it could be something different. So I can't really get caught up in what it's looking like today. I can't even get caught up in you today and what we're looking like today, because it might be a whole different situation tomorrow. And so Scorpio, we know that. So that's kind of how we operate. You know what I'm saying? Um Anyway, so just know things are changing, and that's your genuine nature, to just kind of just be on the, like, go with the flow, like to pivot. When life is throwing you lemons, you fuck around and make chocolate. You know what I'm saying? I know they say lemonade, but you would manifest some shit that people wouldn't even think to manifest out of lemons. Okay, that's your shit. And so that's where you are, and really that's this new beginning. That's this new sense of creativity and bringing things into fruition and manifestation for you. Okay. Okay, so let's move on to some of this relationship stuff. What's going on with you with relationship? Because there's something happening here where there was an ending or some type of end of a situation. Man, and I almost feel like you kind of felt stabbed in the back. You know what I mean? Like you kind of felt like somebody was like twisting a knife in your back. Um, let's see what that's about. Okay. So first of all, I'm just gonna take a look into this relationship. This is clearly someone that there's a great attraction, or whatever. I think this is someone who finds you beautiful and attractive. Looking at this woman here, I feel like you literally help them to wake up and smell the roses. Um, and I think you actually literally do smell like roses, okay? Let's keep it 100. So, somebody here, some situation here, is about control. Somebody wanted to control something or whatever. Maybe they wanted to control their emotions or their feelings, or whatever, but maybe I don't know why I see other people. There could be other people or other situations or other thoughts or other something outside of the relationship that was kind of gripping this relationship or trying to control the situation. Let's just kind of see. So this is an issue, about, okay. So this connection is really good for, was really good for both people, because it really helped both people. Both people felt very loved and very respected by the other. Okay. Um, or feel, if you're still in it, I don't know. Like you feel very loved and respected. You know what I'm saying? You're able to pretty much be yourself. You're able to love yourself, love on them, and vice versa. Okay. Um, but there's a heart to heart situation. So maybe there's a heart to heart conversation that was had, or a heart to heart conversation that needs to be had. And I feel like intuitively, if there's a conversation that's had, there's something that's still lingering, or either there's still a heart to heart conversation that needs to be had in this situation. There's obviously some romantic feelings here or whatever, but there was some deception. Okay. Someone was wearing a false mask, or someone was withholding something. Um, now, yeah, someone wasn't being honest, is what was going on. Now, there might have been somewhat of this codependency thing here. Now, codependency doesn't always have to mean an addiction to some type of substance. It could be an addiction to, let me tell it, okay? People are addicted to their stories as well. They're addicted to their lifestyle and their stories, and people are really sometimes very hard to change. When you've been doing something for so long, You know, for example, you've been alone for so long. Every day you come home, you put your keys on the little hook or something, you know, you go and fix yourself a sandwich, you sit down on that couch and you binge watch YouTube or social media stuff, scroll. The next thing you know, it's 8, 9, 10 o'clock. It's time to shower, eat, go to bed. That's your thing. So sometimes a disruption in that can make you feel like, you know, you disrupted my peace. Well, really, there's a good thing that they're disrupting your peace because maybe you need to get your ass up off that couch, start changing some shit so you can render some different results because you still complaining about, you know, being broke or you don't have enough or you don't, whatever your thing is, your story. So sometimes the dependency, excuse me, the addiction, you know what I'm saying, is not to substance, but it's to a story or to a constant habitual way of being. Okay. But this could very much be addiction. This could be someone who typically, you know, whatever your vice is, whether it's drinking, smoking, even if it's weed or whatever, you're just still kind of on this wheel. You know, it's something that you need so that you can kind of numb yourself, so you can kind of not have to think, oh, I do this for the stress, so you can not stress. But sometimes it's that discomfort that puts fire under your ass to move and do something different. So again, it's still a codependency. This could also be a codependency upon each other in this relationship because both of you might have been feeling a need with one another. And so there was this codependency. That's another way to look at it, you know. Um, but this is definitely, you know, a soulmate or really a relationship that has taken place because someone called it in. Okay. Um, Now, interestingly enough, I believe that this person may not be your typical type, Scorpio. But I think just with you maturing over the years, you have learned to open yourself up to, and then Scorpio people, we always attract people who are a little eclectic, a little mysterious, a little like we like what we like because it's kind of a reflection of us. You know what I'm saying? So we can have very interesting taste, you know, in the opposite sex, or in a partner. I'll put it that way. Okay. So something was going on here, just mentally, I'm gonna say. Something was going on. Um, this is definitely a maybe not your typical type, but it still worked. Okay. And there was some sense of, you know, somebody needing to or feeling like you had to start paying attention to something. I'm going to say some type of a red flag. Again, we have deception over here. So maybe this red flag situation wasn't paid attention to. I don't typically read these cards in reverse, but it's in reverse. So I'm just saying somebody just wasn't paying attention to something that was going on. Maybe there was some deception or whatever. And again, with this mask, remember, someone wearing a false mask, something was going on and something wasn't clear. Okay. Um, and therefore, someone was restricted in their love, holding back, almost like you just didn't want to give too much. Either you or this other person. You didn't want to give too much. You didn't want to say too much. You didn't want to ask too many questions. Nobody wanted to agitate the situation. You know, it is what it is. Whatever we're doing is what we're doing. I get the feeling that this didn't even have a name for it. Like there was no commitment, right? It was just a very chill, open situation. And then here you are, um, somebody here feeling like it's not really safe to let my guard down yet. Okay. And then at the end of the day, maybe this is you, Scorpio, like on a subconscious level, just wanting to free yourself. You know, you wanted to free yourself from this restrictedness, or this other person needed to be able to free themselves because they weren't quite, you know what I'm saying? Weren't quite sure what was going on, what or where they wanted to be. I don't know, like it's hazy and I can't get it out because I feel like there was some haze around this, some fog, right? A lack of clarity. Anyway, so there was some time apart. Okay. Maybe you guys went somewhere together. There was a vacation, or maybe your vacation is coming up. But I feel like this has already happened because I asked to give me the layout of this particular relationship, like what happened. And um, damn, there was some time apart, and then I feel like somebody else or some other people got involved. Okay. Because this is a situation where, again, I don't typically read this in reverse, but this says, let your friends help you through this. But what that's telling me is that some friend or some other person, some other people, whatever it was, should not have interfered, but did. And so that, and then really this, I don't know why that was the last card. It was almost like that was an abrupt end. Okay. Whew. Anyway, so what popped out though? This is what's crazy. I was asking like what, you know, the challenges were. Okay. So the challenge in this situation is basically someone let go. Okay. Someone let go. And there's a couple of messages. Someone let go. And I think this was kind of abrupt. But for some of you, it's not about the letting that someone let go, is that someone needs to let go. And maybe it's you, Scorpio. Maybe you just need to let go. You know, I have this saying that when people show me who they are, when people tell you what they want, give them what they want. When they say, hey, I need space or I just need time, give it to them. Don't go running and begging and trying to change nobody. Don't go running and begging, chasing. No, why do you need time? Why can't we, why can't you take the time with me? Don't do that. Save yourself. Okay? Uh, Give people what they want. They need to see and feel and recognize and whatever what it feels like to be without you. They need to feel like the grass is greener on the other side, whatever it is. I mean, that's not always the situation. Maybe they're just like, hey, I need to be about my life and about my money right now. That's my priority. I need to be about my kids right now. Whatever. Let them do it. Okay? Give people what they want. That will be easier on your brain because it causes you much angst to try and fight against other people's will to do something different outside of you or opposite of you. Like you have no control over that. So let go. Okay. Um, and the challenge for you, Scorpio, has been that you haven't had a lot of time to practice your craft, to really get into what it is, that creative thing or your creation, your manifestation mode. If it's even doing your magic, right? Your little witchy magic or whatever, you just haven't had the time, So this is a message to you to get back to, you know, burn a candle, leave it on your altar. This is the time to get back to you and your being in alignment with the moon phases and setting your intentions. Like, utilize this time to study your craft. If you're going to binge watch on YouTube or social media, binge watch your craft, how to better your craft. Take a class, or just get the information so you're constantly doing something towards, your dreams and your goals instead of coming in, putting the keys on the hook, making that sandwich, sitting back on the couch and binge watching all your Netflix favorites. You know what I'm saying? And there's a time and a place for that too, but this is the time to get this work in because you're about to go into hibernation mode. Okay? You haven't had time to meditate, and some of you literally do need to take up yoga. Okay? So many benefits to that, but you haven't had the time to meditate. Remember, these are the challenges. You haven't had time to work with your magic. You need to start wearing your crystals again or setting your crystals around your home in certain places. Okay? Or if you have crystals already, just clear them and cleanse them and just hold them. Like, spend time with them. Be present with them. Okay? And then I feel like some of you haven't really had the chance to just let go and be your animalistic self. Let yourself go out on the full moon and howl at the moon. like a wolf. You know what I mean? I'm saying that being funny, but I'm saying that also being very real. Like, just let yourself go. I just feel like life has been lifing so much that you've been very uptight. You know what I mean? Like, so serious. Why so serious? Right? So just allowing yourself to just be your animalistic, meaning just your wild woman self, right? A wild woman that runs with the wolves, or a wild man who runs with the wolves. You know what I'm saying? I said woman because I think of wild women who run with the wolves, which is a book, a very popular book back in the day, and still probably now, actually. So more about this relationship, though. Someone here is God. I feel like this relationship was very nurturing, excuse me. It's like it nourished someone's soul. That's funny because soul finding is on here. Okay. But you, Scorpio, have a tendency that when you're around people, or when you enter into a friendship or a relationship, you tend to, even without trying to, you tend to make people have to shift. They have to grow. You know, there's a saying, and I actually do say this to people, not being funny or arrogant, but I always say, fuck with me and I'll change your life. And that's real talk. You can't be around me, not me, Scorpio, because I'm Scorpio too, and not feel incited to change or elevate or do something different. And I'm not saying that even from a space of arrogance. I've just always been that way. That's a very scorpionic trait as well. You know, you just tend to, when not operating in your dark, okay, your light just tends to help people grow, just like the sun. You know what I mean? Like, they have to grow, they have to focus. I mean, I literally am a muse. Um, and so, Scorpio, you are as well. So I just feel like this relationship, it needed nourishment, and you brought that. But then I don't feel like this is the end. Like, there was a farewell, there was a lack of closure, but I don't, or okay, thank you, Spirit. So for some of you, there was a lack of closure. That's what this means in reverse. Okay. There was no finality. You know, there's nothing final. For some of you, I feel like it's not final. And the reason why there's no real closure here is because it's not the end. Like, it's almost like you just have to give something time to grow and self-reflect or something. Okay. Someone is obsessed here. Someone's definitely infatuated. Someone is obsessed. I don't know how that's showing up. It's almost like they are, wow, in pursuit of you, but have this very toxic trait to do this, to rebel and to resist against you. I feel like this has probably happened more than once. This isn't the first go around with this. This is a relationship that maybe keeps coming back together and then kind of not, and then kind of coming back and then it fades. Maybe it's been, I don't know, but somebody is chasing. And this doesn't necessarily mean this that anybody is necessarily chasing in the sense of they're stalking you or anything like this. This just means that they are looking for you, checking your social media possibly, or starting to text you or wanting to text you, but then erasing the text message. That's what Spirit is giving me. Wanting to say something, but then kind of just deciding not to. So there's almost like this silence. And although this doesn't actually say silence, it says resilience. But what that really feels like to me is a rebellious, like, I'm just not gonna, nah, I'm gonna just leave it alone. That kind of energy, right? But someone is very sad at this, about this loss. Somebody is grieving this situation, and actually, I don't feel like they're very happy right now. I'm not saying they're depressed, but I'm kind of saying they're not. They're definitely not really happy, and I see that they're conflicted, Or maybe you're conflicted. If this is you, take it how it resonates. I'm reading for the Scorpio, but you could be in the opposing energy. So take it how, because you could be the receiver of this energy versus the giver of it, or vice versa. Y'all know what I mean. So, but yeah, and then here we go again. Remember, I said resilience, which felt like rebel or resist, and here's the card of resistance. You know what I'm saying? And so interesting. But this person, yeah, they're definitely peeping in on you because it says secret admirers, suppressing. They're being very timid right now. They're suppressing their true feelings. And this is mistakes. I wish I could right my wrongs. It's almost like they've lost hope or lost faith in manifesting this relationship and manifesting you as a lover. Like, I don't know what's weighing so heavy on this person with this. Like, it's like so weird. Like, they already had you at their disposal, but then they pushed you away, and now you're sad because you're like, you don't feel worthy. You don't feel like, but you already had Scorpio. It's such a weird thing, but not weird for people who've been through trauma or traumatic relationships of their past, of course, childhood wounds and relationships to their parents, just these relationships to their religion. Like, people go through things and it does set them up sometimes for very failed um, relationships in the future because there's this feeling of not even believing subconsciously though that you're worthy of a healthy, non-toxic, unconditional love. It's like if it doesn't bring you drama, you're not sure that it's love, which is crazy, right? So there's stress, there's turbulence, there's tension. Whatever's going on though, there's arguments going on somewhere with someone. I don't know, like even if the argument is the battle within the self, and then someone felt rejected, abandoned, dismissed, whatever. Um, or this irrational fear, which makes a lot of sense, like this, and it's right under the card of resilience. So someone, it's like they created this rejection in their mind. It wasn't even real. Crazy. I shouldn't say crazy, but just strange. Um, but yeah, so there's, what's coming forth is clarity, truth, clarity, honesty, and intentions. And honestly, if this comes into fruition, whenever this manifests, this truth, clarity, honesty, it's going to like turn this whole thing around. Now, I said this in the very beginning that this was kind of interesting that these were the wrong cards in this deck. This comes from another deck. This is called Messages of Love Oral Deck. And I was going to pull cards from here anyway, but these were already there, like misplaced. I don't even know how they got there. So I had to just turn them over because I was curious to see what messages, because there's no accidents or happenstances. Again, this is broken. Someone is really brokenhearted behind this, feeling shattered about the situation. Yeah, self-love. Remember I said sometimes people will react in these strange ways because they don't have the self-love. Like they have to relearn that piece. And this card is like, I'm still trying to heal. So someone was still healing through something, and because of their own brokenheartedness or past brokenheartedness, hurting people hurt people. It's kind of that kind of energy. But someone is really broken behind this. You made me realize my flaws, and I think this brought up insecurities. We are both hurting from this. And I believe this, Scorpio. I believe you're hurt. I believe the other party is hurt from the situation. Like it's so, man, it's just interesting. Um, Unworthy. I said that. Feeling unworthy of an unconditional, non-toxic love. Okay, and it says you're a better person than I am. And I think this other party truly believes that. Like, you're better than me. How could you love me? How could you? How could you love me? I'm just me. It's like that kind of energy. Secrets, I haven't told you everything. No shit. We just talked about that with the deception card, right? With the false mask, somebody was not being honest. Where is that card? Somewhere. Somewhere in here. Oh, well, this is the card. The deception card, is it? With the false mask. He has a mask. Or she. Whatever this is. You can't even tell. Okay, so, yeah. Secrets. I haven't told you everything. So someone's keeping secrets. Someone's not being honest. But remember, with this card, truth, intentions, and honesty. This is what is needed to change the situation around. That was, gosh, this is wild, Scorpio. Um, so let's just check out the um, messages of love that need to come out that I actually didn't pull and that didn't just jump out of the deck, right? I'm just going to pull a few more of these because this is from Scorpio. This is from your love or your other party. Messages from them. So let's see what they have to say. Hope. This is the second time hope has come up. I haven't given up on us yet. Forgiveness. I'm struggling to get over the past. Yeah, something happened in someone's past. Could have been between the two of you. Could have been between. I feel like it has a lot to do with a past relationship where they were just scarred and scorned, to be honest. Reminiscing. I miss our inside jokes. Yeah, remember, because I said this connection just seems like it's very chill, like it's very easy. It's no issues. Like, dishonesty. By lying, I ripped us apart. Oh my goodness. I'm going to pull one more. Chemistry. I have never felt a passion this intense. And I know that that's accurate, Scorpio, because we're intense, right? We're very passionate. Bottom of the deck, reveal. I want, oh my goodness, you cannot. I want to tell you the truth. I want to tell you the truth. Okay. Well, Scorpio, that's it and that's all, baby. So, wow, that was kind of a very interesting read, but almost kind of sad and beautiful at the same time. You know what I mean? So just remember that love brings change. Love is the highest vibration of all, and in all you're getting, get understanding. Until next time, I love you so much. Wellness, wholeness, and love and light to you. Bye.